You're listening to the newest and freshest episode of the Invested Podcast.
Released around Christmas. Red color and snow. That's all you really need. And then certain themes of the epic nature of stories.
I was in the middle of an intro.
Sorry. Just clarifying
Let
that.
me start that over again.
Christ.
You're listening to a fresh new episode of the Invested Podcast. Unless you're listening to it like a week after, I guess, and it's not really that fresh.
No.
My name is Terry. With me is Connor and Tyler.
Hey.
Welcome, guys.
Hi.
We're gonna do our discussion on Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
The Last
Last Jedi's.
Return of the Jedi.
He's the main Star Warrior.
He's the Star Warrior himself.
Jedi.
But we don't have any trailers to talk about today. So after I do my little bit of news that may or may not interest you guys, we'll go right into the thingamajigger. Okay, so let's do some news. Connor, sit down.
I'm just trying to...
Take a seat, man.
Get at it. Stop walking
You're
around.
out of control.
Is this canon?
Yeah, just because we're in a new podcast studio owned by new podcast studio.
I got room to breathe.
It's the room next to the one we were doing before. So you guys probably already know that Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
So I want to find a list of things that they own now. Hang on one second.
Everything.
They got the X-Men.
Okay, so I'm trying to find a list of things that they're getting. So yeah, they got The Simpsons. They got This Is Us, Modern Family, American Horror Story.
Not This Is Us.
And Always Sunny.
Always Sunny.
FX.
Not This Is Us. That's my favorite.
American
show.
Horror Story, Homeland, X-Men, and the original Star Wars. Apparently, A New Hope didn't actually belong to Disney.
Yeah, it didn't. No.
It was like shared,
The
whatever.
distribution rights were for someone else, and that's why we were never ever going to see the original version come to light. But people think now it might.
My favorite line in the This Is Us show is the season 1 finale where he's like, "This ain't us." And
You watch that show?
Another, yeah, because there's a part where one character gets their head blows off by an alien, and he says,
What?
"This ain't us."
There's no aliens
and
in that
the
show.
alien says, "This is us," and then just starts firing. I may have watched a different show.
I think he's watching a different show. I don't think that's right. Okay, let's see what else they got. Avatar. They got Planet of the Apes. Ice Age.
Nice. Nice age.
I like how you. that one got emphasis. Oh no, it's threatening.
No, water went down the wrong pipe.
Connor's sickness is gonna infect us all.
Sorry.
Disney owns everything now.
Disney's gonna own everything. I
don't like it.
I don't know how I feel about
I don't
that.
like it.
Yeah, it's weird.
I would like it if they secured the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four without
Honestly.
everything else that Fox owns.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of one company controlling everything.
It is weird.
Everything.
No, please, man.
What are they going to do next? Try by WB?
Yeah, probably.
Like,
That frog.
when does it stop?
Mickey Mouse gonna eat the frog. He's gonna be like,
Uh-oh.
"Sacre bleu."
Well, what's gonna happen if this continues? Yeah, I got you. What'll happen is
Ooh la la.
Disney's gonna pretty much own everything. Which I mean, it's not that I don't dislike Disney properties. I think they do a good job.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's because they have unlimited resources to do whatever they want, which is not a bad thing. But I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna see a huge spike in indie films, which we already kind of are anyway. But I
Yeah.
think even more so. And like indie directors, small-time film, it's going to be big.
VOD.
Because people are going to be like, want to see other than the clean
He's
Disney.
gonna be big on
But
VOD.
also, I did see a big...
Video on demand.
What are you talking about?
I feel weird.
You got sick brain, man. You got real sick brain right now. Focus.
I like VOD.
Search your feelings. Focus.
yeah, we need you present for this Star Wars
I'm
talk.
here. I'm listening. And I'm judging.
Someone who works for Disney, I don't know who the heck it was, said something about the fact that though Disney is not completely against bringing back their rated R properties. Like
Well, they said Deadpool's going to stay rated
yeah,
R.
no, they made like seeing the success of Logan, they'll probably continue that kind of
And here's the
stuff.
thing, too, like...
I mean, that's fine.
Just because Disney owns something doesn't mean it's going to not be rated R. Like, Disney owns Miramax, which means they own Pulp Fiction.
That's
like,
true, yeah.
they own a bunch of studios
I think...
that have put out rated R films and continue to do so.
I think people just think Disney means
yeah.
rated PG all the time.
Yeah.
Like Pirates of the Caribbean, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's fine. I mean, they don't even put Disney logo in front of like Marvel movies and things like that. Like it's not,
No.
that's what's going to be happening. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
whatever, we'll see what happens. I'm sure. Everything will
Yeah.
cover.
They'll probably sneak something in the credits, but that's about it.
Yeah.
For the Marvel movies,
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah. Michael Chiklis, do you know who that is?
No.
He played the Thing in the original
He-
Fantastic
yes.
Four movies.
He was in that show that I never watched, The Shield.
I remember that
I don't know
show.
what you're talking
I didn't
about.
watch it.
But he says that he wants to return as the Thing because of this exchange.
But then what are they going to do about the Human Torch? Can we have like
He says he wants to return, not the whole cast.
can we have like a buddy movie of just Chris Evans playing Captain America and the human, like kind of like a Tyler Perry movie but with the Human Torch and Captain America?
Yeah, I'd be alright with that. But they'd have to like somehow de-age Chris Evans so he looks a little younger because that would be kind of funny.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Michael Chiklis. Is, I've seen him in the Fantastic Four movie.
He was there that time for a slight bit, and then he wore the rubber rock suit. To be honest with you, after seeing Fantastic, which is just bad in
I never saw
all
that.
different ways, I kind of like the practical thing more than I do the CGI thing. Maybe now with like higher budget, it might be better because the Hulk looks great.
Was the old thing practical?
Yeah, he was just a rubber suit.
I saw the first Fantastic Four movie in theaters, and that was probably the last time I watched it, and I never saw Silver
I
Surfer.
think I own it on DVD somewhere.
I'm sorry. Gotta
Yeah.
burn your whole
I
collection.
didn't buy it.
No.
Speaking of people wanting to play things, Haley Steinfeld, you know who that is? Edge of 17.
Yeah, I never
Dude.
saw that.
She's pretty good. She's
I know
pretty
the
good in
name.
that movie.
I know
She's
the
pretty
movie.
good. Yeah, she's someone. She wants to. She said she would love to star as Batwoman or Batgirl, whatever it's going to be. You know?
Don't we all?
And I think that when
That'd
we
be cool.
talked about it a long time ago, her
did.
name came up, and we were like, "That'd be cool."
I think that was like the first
Did, yeah.
episode that we did.
And this seems to be happening. Yeah, it was. This seems to be happening where like actors will be like, "I want to play this character," and then
They're
people are
like,
like, "Sure."
okay.
Like it happened with Tom Hardy. He was like, "I want to play Venom," and they were like, "All right."
Oh, yeah, didn't it? Yeah.
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 Didn't that happen with the Cable?
Happened with Cable. Yeah, Josh Bowen was like, "I want to play Cable," and they were like, "Cool."
Do it up.
I guess that makes it easier for them. They don't have to go searching or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I'd be alright with that.
Auditions.
That'd be kind of fun.
If you already know who you're...
Speaking of actors wanting to play things, Kevin Hart wants to star in the Mrs. Doubtfire remake.
I'm open to that.
I don't want there to be a Mrs. Doubtfire remake.
I don't either, but if anyone's in it, I want it to be Kevin
We're in
Hart.
this weird thing where they're remaking like 80s, 90s like action comedy type like
If
Jumanji,
anything.
and now they're doing
Mrs. Doubtfire is not.
If
I know, it's not
anything.
action, it's a comedy.
It should be Mr. Doubtfire. All right.
Flip the genre on its head.
The genre
Don't you want to see Kevin Hart dressed up as a lady?
saying, wait
No,
a
'cause
second.
I mean, I don't know.
This guy's got a dick now?
What?
And it's not Doubtfire. It's...
Fired out.
It's...
What are those lines from
It's,
from Nirvana the band, the show, where he's talking about Mrs. Doubtfire and is actually super like sexist.
It's a very transphobic film.
Yeah, very transphobic film. And the kid yells, "I'm going to put you in jail for having a penis."
There's some funny business going on here. You got effing little trick. I think so much about Matt Johnson and how just an accomplished actor he is. Like,
Person.
yeah.
Tyler needs to watch that show.
Have you seen the?
I don't know what they're talking about.
You've watched the Comic-Con. Do something fun. It's the last day. It's that dude.
Oh,
Made a
that's
TV
him.
show.
He didn't Nirvana the band the
Yeah.
show? I didn't know that.
What
I
are you
love
talking
that.
about? Do
You
something.
Do
may
something
not have-
fun. Straight, Dr. Mario? No, just Mario. You'll get there one
yeah,
day.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's Matt Johnson.
I love that
He's great.
video. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the Wii U Shop Channel video as
it's
well.
So good. It's so good.
But that's all I've seen of
Yeah.
that show. But I do want to.
I just actually recently watched all the Nirvana the Band Adventures. The shorts.
The
I do want to get around to that.
I really liked the one. It's not the Wii one. It was the one before that. I can't remember.
I
The
love
Magic
them.
Card one.
Oh yeah.
Where,
Oh, rollerblading.
yeah, he's like rollerblading in the house. Yeah.
And then they do the Edward Scissorhands. Stop trying to understand what this is.
All right, so back on the Fox.
And then he spit in my face.
Back on the Fox.
Back on the Fox merger thing. Apparently, Disney's now going to own Kingsman. The Kingsman
Secret
series.
Service.
I'm okay with that.
And so Matthew Vaughn says he's planning a Kingsman 3.
I mean, the second one wasn't bad.
What did Matthew Vaughn do?
Matthew Vaughn.
Kingsman.
He did X-Men First Class,
Did he do the first Kingsman?
which is the best X-Men movie.
Or did he do the
I
second
don't
Kingsman?
know.
He did the first Kingsman.
Yeah.
And I think he did the second Kingsman.
Oh, so okay. So it's not
He
a big
also
deal.
did Layer Cake, and he did Stardust,
Got it.
and he's just doing a lot of great stuff. I think he's a good guy. I think.
All right, so I saw Kingsman 2, and I really didn't like it very much.
I mean,
I
I,
didn't see Kingsman.
I thought it was good. It definitely wasn't as good as the first one, but like it was entertaining.
Yeah,
They didn't need to do the.
I thought the CGI was really bad, and they did a lot in a lot of those fight scenes, and so it didn't feel the same. Like
I feel like the first one had a lot of CGI.
it
fight
did,
scenes,
but it
too,
wasn't
though.
as bad though.
I don't know.
So like those robot dogs were like stop.
Benny and Jet. Just love Elton John, and like
His kung fu kick was so stupid though. I liked him in that movie, but his kung fu kick was so bad. Did you see it? The second one?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't.
I got a low score on Rotten Tomatoes, so I don't. If something gets low enough score on Rotten Tomatoes, I just try to forget about it.
I like to try and see them, even if it's bad. As long if it's a movie that's supposed to be good and it's bad,
I used to do
watch
that.
them.
I used to do that when I worked at the cinema, like on my breaks and stuff, just to see bad movies.
Yeah.
But now, like the idea of like paying to go see a bad movie is like,
You don't have to pay. You can get yourself.
well, right. But I have to like go and hang out and like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
do all this
I
stuff.
was on.
And I have to
watching
like
them.
plan. Does Larry listen to this podcast? No.
What? Who?
Does Larry listen to this? Is he gonna listen to
No.
this?
Yes,
Are you kidding
Larry-
me?
I have to plan
he
when
doesn't
like
even watch
Larry's
the
not
movies.
there.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's no more managers, so it's like I feel weird.
You can get to know them.
Michael Dow.
Yeah.
Well, just that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, this doesn't matter. So I have one last little bit of news. This is kind of just a fun little thing. Apparently, The Last Jedi is being sent into space, so the astronauts can watch it.
That's cool.
Oh,
It also had the second biggest box office opening of
Of
all time.
What was the first one?
The Force Awakens.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I think we should
crazy.
move on. I want to have like super long discussion about this. We have no trailers to watch, so
Bruh.
dude, what the heck are you
Bruh.
doing?
Bruh.
Oh, sorry.
Josh,
Forgot.
the microphone's right here.
Right.
You're a sick boy. You need to go to bed.
We have no trailers to watch because there are no trailers going on right now that I care about. Right? Are there?
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Oh, Jumanji: Call of the Wild. We already did that though. I think.
Yeah, we already did. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before we get into Star Wars? Anything? Any little bits of news, stories, fun stuff? Anything?
I don't think so.
The J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams, what about him?
He's gonna direct episode 9. I didn't know that till
That's-
yesterday.
Been announced.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
we
know that.
talked
I
about
knew
it.
that.
I was so curious after
Oh,
Ryan
wow.
Johnson directed. I was like, oh, he's gonna do episode 9, and it's.
That's been announced for a while, like a month or so.
Yeah.
Little
bit.
Pay attention
didn't-
to the times, boy.
Where you been?
You called me
man?
boy.
Oh, me boy. He has that weird like underbite. You notice that when he's playing Ronan?
No.
He goes,
Oh yeah.
only
yeah,
when he's
yeah.
Ronan though.
It's weird.
That actor doesn't actually have that. He's like,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? Why are you doing that?
He says.
Yeah. I think it's a little weird when they
I was at a restaurant the other
kids
day.
start making-
Where were you?
I was at a KKB's Burger Barn in Quincy. It's just a very
Quincy. Hey.
kind of little overpriced little burger place.
Yeah.
And
I've heard that place.
the guy who served us had seen Star Wars, and at the end of the conversation, he was like, yeah, it was really a good movie. It was great. And then he was telling us all the things he liked, and then at the end he said, yeah, and that Ray, she's smoking hot. He said it really loud, and the people from the other table looked over. They were like, "What are you talking about?" And we were just like, "Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever you say, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
we didn't know what else to do because what do you? Yeah, I guess.
Right?
Right?
But you're not sure.
I don't know
You're
if
not
you're gonna
wrong.
hire an ugly person to
That's a
play.
subjective opinion, isn't it?
It's like that Ray Joe is really ugly, huh?
It's like, well, sure, if you think so. All right, so we're going to talk about Star Wars Episode 8, which is weird to say, Episode 8, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
The Last Jedi. This is going to be a spoiler-full
I don't
review
know.
/ discussion. What?
I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much, but I think the funny part was that
Are you still talking about the guy at the restaurant?
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, is that
Your mind's working so slow.
he's like, it's so funny too because like I think
Is it conflicting because you agree with him?
no, not it's not that.
I agree with him.
Yeah,
It's no, she's great.
She really is a cute lady.
She's more cute than she is smoking hot.
Yeah.
That's just me. Anyway, it doesn't.
She's pretty.
She's a handsome man. He's not a smoking hot.
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
It's the same deal. Just keep talking about Star Wars characters.
Keep talking about Star Wars.
Let's rank all the Star Wars characters in terms of
Jar Jar
hot
Binks is smoking hot.
attractiveness.
Jar Jar's voice. I think about it when I sleep.
I think Ewan
He
McGregor
wins.
is all the way up at the top.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, but Qui-Gon Jinn.
She's great. The problem I think though is, and I don't even want to talk about it just because it's so like,
But you are.
You're the one who interrupted this.
It was
conversation.
It was funny because like I couldn't imagine a scenario where that would I don't even want to make a thing about it because I just the image was funny to me in my head.
Connor, you've been making a thing about it.
I know, and I'm trying to like preface being like, this is not a thing where I'm not talking about like the dynamics of gender and culture or anything. I just thought it was funny that this dude, like, I couldn't imagine, like, you go out of, like, I don't know, what do you call it, I don't know. I can't even.
Would you like me to help you dig this hole?
Yeah, right.
Moving on.
I know. It's like, I can't say anything because, like, it's too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah, Larry might be listening. So.
I giggled in my head when he said that, and I can't tell you why.
I would like to know why.
Why did
I'll
you
tell you
giggle?
guys later.
No, tell me why.
Why did you giggle?
What's wrong with it?
Well, just, he's really old.
Oh, okay.
He was like,
Oh, man.
like in his like late 50s, and I was like, what? Like,
What? Excuse me, sir?
It's so funny when I was reading Plato's Republic. There's this part where they go talk to this old man, and he's like, yeah, the pleasures of the flesh have long since passed for me, and like, I know it's a thing in the culture, like people are like, oh man, like the age differences can be weird and stuff like that. But I think that was a really funny moment because I was just like, it's just strange. You know what I mean?
I mean, kind of. Think about it though.
It's kind of strange.
Your mind is still the same as it is, So like, I think once you're 20, whatever, you probably still think the same way when you're like 50.
Maybe.
For the most part.
I just
Right?
I just
I
in my
think
head,
so.
Like I think the same way as I did when I was 19. Like not entirely, but
Right.
I'm 7.
like if we're talking about sexual attractiveness, right?
Right.
Let me lean back here.
Oh god.
Things have changed for me, but like my idea of what I think is attractive still seems to be the same as it was when I was 18.
Right. Oh no, that's fair. But
So,
I think
like,
that's
whatever.
it's because you're in adolescence still.
Hey,
You know
how
what I
dare
mean?
you?
Like,
I'm a big boy.
I'm a big boy.
like, do you like when you were in high school, you were attracted to other people in high school, but now that you're out of high school, you're not attracted to people in high school. Like,
No,
you're like,
I
these
didn't.
people look like
No,
children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's true.
It's crazy. Isn't that crazy how that happens when you age? And
But the thing is, though, for the most part, I think like the sweet spot of attractiveness is between like 21 and like 30.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And,
Yeah.
And Daisy Ridley's in that area, so this guy's probably
Of
like
course, yeah,
smoking
yeah.
hot.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he thought the same way when he was 23 or 24, 25.
That's fair.
I don't know how old.
I guess it's
Is he,
just
like,
funny
25?
because I never.
I have no idea.
It never been so explicitly voiced by like I never had that from like a very older man of him saying something like that, and this guy was like really like not super old, but he was like up there. So it's like if you were like saying hi to your grandpa, and then he was like so you seen this what do you call it? What's like something with attractive people in it? You seen this new fashion show or something?
Those crop tops.
Look at those crop tops. It's like, what are you talking about?
Grandpa.
Well, it's funny because I've never I always knew it was kind of
really enjoying this conversation.
I knew it was always kind of like a cultural trope, right? But I thought like I never had seen it to the level of like.
I'm sure that guy particularly was like
so loudly. Yeah, it was very loud and at the top.
But like I'm sure
it's very unseemly, and I was just like.
It's in the same way we're allowed to think older people are attractive too. Like I'm trying to think of an old.
Well, you think
attractive
older
man
people are
or
attractive
women.
because they've. Yeah, that's true. I think what's her face? The Dame Helen Mirren. She's very attractive. She's like
I was thinking
old.
more like Robert Downey Jr. He's an attractive guy, but
She's
old,
super old,
you know?
and I think she's very pretty. Like I'd smash.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Moving on. So now the movie.
Yeah, it's totally hypocritical for me to be like.
Okay, we're going to actually talk about Star Wars now. So, this is a spoiler-filled review / discussion.
Totally went off the rails. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. I actually had a lot of fun there. We're going to start at the beginning. We're just going to go through it, talk about things we liked, things we disliked, things that were fine, things that were neutral,
let's go
whatever.
for it.
So, how does the movie start?
It starts off with the zoom in shot. Well, there's the title crawl, which is like, okay, yeah. No. I know.
That title crawl was funny to me because not enough time had passed between Force Awakens and this movie, so it was just explaining what happened in the last movie.
I was just like, this is a recap.
Previously on
it's
Star
just a
Wars.
recap previously on Star Wars, which is whatever. I mean,
Previously
it's fine.
on Lost.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is that where that's from? Oh my god, that's weird to think about. Is that why that title's like that? Or is that just coincidence?
I think it's coincidence. So, so Poe Dameron. All right, so the Resistance are trying to get away from that planet. Mm-hmm. Giant Schwann's lasers are coming out of that destroyer because they're just kind of flopping downwards, shooting out. And so Poe Dameron comes up, and he's like, and he talks to General Hux, which was a moment I think fell flat for me in terms of comedy.
Right.
Only because I was not expecting it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of...
I had to reset my mind for a minute. And then I was like, that's actually kind of funny.
I thought it was silly.
Yeah. But, like, for me, I was like, ooh, what is going on? And so I had to, like, reset my mind. And I think that's why people...
You know what's funny? What stood out to me on a rewatch was, like, Hux's performance throughout the whole movie. Because he kind of, in Force Awakens, I thought he was good. I thought he was kind of, like, hamming it up a little bit, which...
He was super hammy. He was having a blast with that one.
Yeah, which I was okay with. But in this one, I actually... was like, wow, his performance as Hux is a little bit more layered than I give him credit for. It's like really fun. Like I think that character is like the most underrated.
Are you saying this in Force Awakens or in terms of this movie?
In terms of this movie in particular, I think
he was
one
super
of the most
goofy in this one.
I did.
That's what I thought at first, but now
I haven't
second viewing.
like second viewing,
yeah.
It has a different frame.
Viewing. I need to see it again. Yeah.
It's like all of his things. Like I think he's one of the most underrated parts of Last Jedi. It's like all of the Hux stuff is great. Like oh my god, one of the best parts is when Snoke comes on screen
and then forces him down.
That was amazing. That was so great.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff when he every Hux scene was perfect to me. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because it's a total flip from how I felt in the first movie, where I was like, this guy's fine, but a little much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've totally 180'd on it. Yeah.
That means you turn around completely, right?
Yeah. Because 360 would be.
Yeah.
I've totally come back to the
You come back.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, there's still one more movie left, so let's see what happens.
Yeah.
You made 360 by the end of it.
360.
Let me think here.
Then they attack the dreadnought.
Okay, so then he attacks the dreadnought with his super fancy Tokyo drift.
Could you not hear the dialogue at the beginning of the movie?
What dialogue?
Like
Between who?
It's so funny. Like because there's the two. Because the first opening shot is like the Rebel cruisers and they're panning down to the planet, through all this like asteroid junk, and then it cuts to like them on the base, and it's the young lady who's friends with Poe, and then some other dude, some other rando, and they're being like, "We gotta get all these ships."
This is the first scene.
Yeah. This is the very first scene.
Yeah.
We gotta get all these ships in the air, and then the Empire arrives.
Yeah. And they're like, go, go, go.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if they're just a few, but I
don't remember.
I couldn't hear what they were saying. I was like,
I don't know.
I don't remember. So Poe Dameron uses his fancy X-wing. I loved that scene where he did the turnaround.
That was sick.
That was really cool.
He had just a huge rocket in the back of it that just propelled him.
Modded X-wing. Which
Yeah.
blew up
spoilers,
shortly after.
right? Spoilers.
I already said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen Star Wars at this point, then stop listening and go see it. What are you doing?
Go see the movie.
Go see the movie.
So we have a brand new type of bomber. I don't know what they're called.
Designed horribly.
Yeah,
horribly.
Those things are so.
Whose idea was that?
They're so slow. But I guess
bombers, Y-wings are slow.
Y-wings are not that slow.
No, but the stupid thing was that, oh no, if you shoot this part of the ship once, the whole thing is gonna blow up.
I think for me though, I kind of saw it as a way of being like, look at how desperate the Resistance are. They probably don't want to be using those bombers, but it's all they have.
Yeah.
And they were like, we just got to do what we got to do.
And then as soon as the First Order realized, they're just like, hey, we're just going to crash into where your bombs are held and we'll blow you up. Yeah. Who cares?
But, I mean, so that scene seemed it was a little weird. It's kind of a cool sequence. Kind of a little weird sequence. The girl with where she's hitting the thing.
With the dragon tattoo.
Yeah, the girl with dragon
I mean, I thought that whole taking down the dreadnought was dope.
Yeah.
Like
I never understood bombers in the Star Wars universe, though, because there's no gravity, so you can't drop bombs.
Oh. Unless the gravity is within the shield, do you think? Like if...
Unless they're just propelled, but it looks like they were dropping.
Yeah, that's what... Yeah, it did look like that, yeah.
So, whatever, that's fine. A little nitpick. There's also no sound in space, so all those fights should be completely silent. But that's fine, too. It doesn't matter.
Star Wars space is different from our
Star Wars
space.
space is different.
Because they have hyperspace.
Yeah. It's so funny. I was like... I'm not a huge Rose Tico fan, and I was like, I think Rose Tico's sister... Rose? Is cooler than Rose Tico.
I did not like her.
Rose?
No.
Okay, so can I just be really, like, kind of racist really quick?
Oh, no.
No.
No. Okay, here's
Why?
the thing. I knew Rose was a character in this movie,
right.
and I was like, the girl in the A-wing?
Yeah.
She was Asian. I was like, oh, that's the new Rose character. She couldn't really see her.
Oh, right,
And then there was
the
Asian girl in the bomber. I was like, is that Rose? What is happening? And then all of a sudden she was on the ship. So I was like, it was just kind of like I was misled of who she was as a character.
Right.
I didn't even know, but...
That's fair.
That's not being racist.
Well,
It's just me being confused. I didn't know the character well.
They didn't introduce her.
They didn't introduce her at all until afterwards. But
Rose Tico.
The A-wing girl, the pilot, was really cool, and then she did nothing after that first scene. She wasn't even in the bridge anymore. Like, I don't know, did she die?
No one's in the bridge anymore.
The girl who dropped bombs?
No, the girl who was in the A-wing.
Pilot.
Oh.
She was like posed
Was she?
Right-hand lady.
Right-hand lady. Wing.
Oh, yeah. Wait, was she Asian?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think so.
I had no idea.
I don't remember.
She's in Battlefront 2 now. You can play as
I did, yeah.
Wing. And so I thought she was going to be a big character because I saw that she was in it. I was like, cool, a new character with a cool plane, but nope, doesn't do anything. I played as her A-Wing. It's fantastic.
I haven't played it.
It's really fast.
I unlocked it.
Handles really well.
Handles real well. All right, so then after that, I can't quite remember what happens after. We see Leia for the first time. Mm-hmm. I think she's better in this movie than she was in the last one.
Really?
She cared a little bit more, in terms of her performance.
Huh. Interesting. I think in this one, all I could think is...
You know what I'm thinking about. The stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. All right.
We'll get there.
All right, well... Okay, continue.
I mean, I don't remember her voice in Force Awakens.
It was very live harsh. Yeah.
As soon as she started talking, I was like, what's happening? Is she like me? Is she sick? Like,
no, dude, cocaine's just a hell of a drug.
I can't even.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It's so weird.
She fucked herself up.
Yeah.
It's sad, but that's what'll happen.
I just had no idea. Like somebody's voice would turn into like essentially Sesame Street Brooklyn. How Donald Duck, but not Donald Duck, but like a duck character from Sesame Street on Brooklyn. Yeah. And I was like, this is so strange because I don't remember that from Force Awakens at all.
Yeah, she sounded like that.
If anything, I feel like they like played with her like her volume or her cadence or something in post because in my head it sounds so different than Force Awakens.
Rewatch Force Awakens. Her voice sounds the same. I just think she felt more
up.
She felt more like Leia in this than she did in the Force Awakens. All right,
I liked all her scenes in this movie, to be fair.
Yeah, well, not all of them.
Not all of them.
Okay, so all right, let's talk about that scene. Let's talk about it. So
this was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So she's on the bridge.
Gets blown up.
Not an X-wing. A TIE fighter blows up the bridge. She goes flying out into
Cool
space.
choice to have Kylo not shoot.
Everybody on the bridge gets sucked out and dies.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Carrie Fisher passed away. If this is how they're going to treat it in the movies, I've accepted this.
Yeah,
like, this
I feel
is
like a lot of
fine.
people were shocked. They're like,
And then 2 seconds later, she's like fucking Superman. I was like, what are you? This is so dumb.
All right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Awful.
Here's the thing. It looked terrible.
It looked awful.
The idea of it for me is not that bad.
But is it even explained?
No, that's the problem with it. So she's force sensitive, we all know that. But to me, I like the idea that she can just feel things rather than actually use the force.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I would have been okay if she went out into space and then just started to float back in like unexplained, and then it turns out she has such like a power with the Force it protected her.
Right.
And then like if she said that, or like the new lady who whatever was like, we were reading her signs. She has like this aura of force. Yeah, Holdo was like, she has like an aura of force around her. We're detecting this thing.
Her midichlorian count is over 20,000.
Yeah, she has a huge midichlorian count. It protected her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see, but
a force cocoon.
But she just
like she should have been instantly
woke
dead.
up and flew through space.
Yeah,
in a direction like.
I loved it.
Did you actually like it?
Yeah, because I thought it was very poetic.
I want to hear your.
I think the audience expectation. I think in a larger sense, it was a very emotional scene for a lot of like Carrie Fisher fans, where you're like, like you essentially see her come back to life, and it's really weird, and it totally feels like a Disney Mary Poppins shit, and like it's so funny too because there's this old like I want to say God I could be totally butchering it, but it's like. It's a really old painting, like really old, like super fucking old, and it's this old woman chasing a young girl, and she's kind of like floating, and she has another woman in her arm. It's like a classic, like maybe Renaissance painting. I don't know. I don't know the date on it.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because it was just like, oh shit, it's a fucking Renaissance image, like on screen. I was like very like starkly taken from the image, and I was like, oh shit. So all those moments gave it an emotional resonance that overshadowed in my mind the like cheesiness and the fact that it doesn't really make sense, and the fact that it kind of looks shitty.
I think overall with that scene, it was a good idea. Like, not I'm saying it's a good idea to do it, but like,
Princess Leia should be dead. I'm sorry.
But like, I think it was just poorly executed. If they wanted to do it that way, it was just kind of weird.
It feels like a rewrite. It feels like something that was added in much later, like someone in post. Yeah. Maybe I don't know.
Someone in post did it. No permission.
Here's the thing. I think the reason why they kept her around is because they wanted a Luke and Leia reunite.
Yeah,
which I loved. That was one of my. But we'll get there eventually. So.
But how are they going to do an entire movie now that she's dead?
I have no idea. All right. Well, I think. All right, we'll skip around then. I think the way they'll do it is she's going to
added any motion capture to that part of the movie. I legitimately think that's something they added after. Like, I think that's something they did after they, because it's like you don't. Yeah, I really think that's something, that whole sequence they added after. Because, like, I'm thinking about it.
After her death?
Yeah.
Well, no, because then she was in the coma, though. So do you think she was just knocked out?
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. Or no, you don't even need that. Because you don't see her. You see, like, something that looks like her. You see, like, what do you see? The hand.
No, you see her face.
You see her
when
face.
she goes through space?
Yeah.
You see her whole body.
Yeah, she opens her eyes.
No. When you see her in space in her body, it's a digital composite, which is one of the problems people are having.
Well, yeah, but it's still like she's like her hand. Like I thought you saw like her whole body.
But it's basically a still frame. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
no, yeah.
It could have been.
And then you see just the hand, and it's like the way it's cut is like you never really see the performance, like, and you just see enough. So I think that there could be some shenanigans going on.
So you think maybe she was just blown up and knocked out, not actually knocked into space? Because she is actually there when she's not unconscious on the bed, and when she gets into the bathtub.
Yeah. It might be different, yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it could maybe. Do you think we'll ever find out?
No.
It feels like
so maybe
it's too perfect.
Maybe it was a way of being like, we're going to give her heroic moment. Because she doesn't really have any in this film at all.
No.
Exactly.
So I get that. I just think it was poorly executed.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
which it would make sense if it was done after the fact.
Right.
They didn't have time. They didn't plan it. No preparation.
Okay.
Yeah. See.
All right. I'll think if that's what. Then that's what happened in my.
Conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories.
About episode 9. I think she was going to step down and let Poe take over.
I wanted her to do that in this film.
Because she kind of did, though. Because he was like, come on, let's go. And they all looked at her. She's like, why are you looking at me?
Yeah.
Poe's leading you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's probably just the best way to
I
do
just
it.
wanted it more finalized in this. Like, we're done with her.
And they may use... Well,
Not
here's the thing.
I want to see you die.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
That's great.
They may have just saved... There might have been a scene where she was like, Poe, I want you to be in charge of the Resistance. They may save it for the next one because they said that they're going to try and use old shots of her and things like that in the next film. So they may just save some stuff. You know, that's why she seems kind of absent in this movie a lot. Okay, so our first time we see Rey, she hands Luke a lightsaber. And he gives a good old toss over the shoulder.
Toss over the shoulder.
I have a new
Classic.
favorite creepy uncle named Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Okay, so you liked him in this.
I loved him in
Oh
this.
my gosh.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah.
I thought the best part of the movie
really
was when he milks the 4-tittied alien and just
He drinks it
has it all
It's
over
like
his
green
beard
milk.
and
It's not
just,
blue
so
milk.
and just
funny.
looks at Ray and is like,
Yeah,
That was great.
Okay, so I listened to a review and I was really frustrated with him because the guy was really angry at this movie and he was saying things like, "This is not how Luke acts. He doesn't do things like this." And I'm like,
What's it, Luke 30
get
years
to, I was
later?
like, you don't get to decide how Luke acts.
No.
Because the writers do, and then whatever he does in the film is how he acts.
And think
Like,
about
that's
that.
how it
Think
works.
about this. How long has he been living there alone?
Right, look at Yoda.
Yo, that was what I was about to
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Yoda
right.
in Empire Strikes Back is fucking nuts.
It's really funny that, like, just a quick aside, when you go to the flashback of him and Kylo when he's telling the story,
Yeah.
he's
Terrifying,
like, he's
isn't it?
like, and I was looked into the eyes of a terrified young boy, and it's just Adam Driver's face.
I know.
Like, all right, no, he's just a short hair.
Yeah.
So Luke, the toss over the shoulder. At first, I have to be honest, I was like, "Oof." That
I was
kinda
laughing
weird.
pretty hard at that.
Yeah, I was like, that was kind of weird. But it's because it was the same feeling I had in the first scene where I was not ready for comedy. And I
Yeah.
had to readjust myself. I was like, I see. Okay.
totally fine.
Okay. But I liked it. I like how Luke acted. I thought he was great in this movie.
He's great. Yeah.
Something about the whole Luke and Ray moments I really enjoyed is that Ray kept repeating the same thing over and over.
Mm-hmm.
The First Order is strong. Kylo Ren is evil. We have to stop him. Help us.
Right.
I'm not leaving without you.
Yeah. She didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
She didn't know
Yeah.
how to handle that situation
No.
It was
at
great.
all. I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
He was like, "What do you want?" She just repeated the
Just
same
like,
thing.
"I
He
want
was
help."
like, no, what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
because she doesn't. I feel like she didn't know why she was there,
Yeah.
and he did. He knew why she was there. He figured it out when he's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, when she went into the book.
Yeah,
the books,
And he's
yeah.
like, "Wait, you use the Force?
Yeah.
What?"
Do you notice that the books she has them at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Yep,
See,
she has
that's
them in the
that's
Millennium
why Yoda's like,
There's nothing in that tree that the girl Ray does not already.
because they're on the
possess.
Millennium Falcon.
All right, so
I was like, when I read that in the Reddit comments, I was like, what the fuck?
okay, so let's talk about that scene. Yoda appears in this movie.
Looks
great.
like trash.
I think he looks good.
I mean, he looks like a
went-
puppet. Like,
he looks like a puppet.
it looks better than the CGI.
When
I
you
think.
first see him, I agree. When you first see him, you're like, "That's a weird looking puppet." And then, because I've seen the scene 3
Yeah.
times now, his mouth looks weird right away. But after a while, you're like, "Oh, okay, he's back.
Okay.
I'm happy with him."
Right.
You get happy with him once because you're not expecting it first. So at first,
No,
your
no.
mind's like, "Why is he here? What is going on? Why does he look like a
Really?
puppet? I'm not
Yeah.
expecting this."
Yeah, I like that scene.
But
I
then
think
when
the
you
problem.
see it again, you're like, "Oh, okay."
See, I liked the
Here's
scene.
the-
I just thought he looked bad at first, and I do think by the end of it he looked better.
Yeah.
But
Here's why Yoda looked bad. It's because his skin was too healthy. He didn't look old enough.
yeah.
Like
I don't
how
know,
he
why
looks in
didn't
Empire.
The puppet of Yoda is
And there's
probably
no-
still around. Why didn't they just reuse
Yeah, just
it?
use that one. And yeah, it'll make sense. And they didn't Force Ghost him enough.
No.
I
Because
agree.
it doesn't look like he
If you
doesn't
go
look like
back
Force
and watch
Ghost.
original Force Ghosts from like Return of the Jedi, there's like a weird fuzz.
Yeah.
And they're all
it's
blue.
Like static.
Yeah.
They're all blue, but they're still solid. But they're more blue, and the surrounding of them is like
Yeah.
more staticky.
But
the
this
other
he was
thing-
just, it was like half there, half
It was
not.
half, yeah.
Yoda looks believable in Empire, and this is just my theory, is because Dagobah has a constant mist around it,
Yeah.
so you can't
True.
like the
And this
details
was-
of the puppet.
The fire was probably like
Yeah, illuminated him instead of obscured him, so
Yeah.
you can see the
Yeah.
puppet a lot more clearly.
Yeah. I liked it.
But
though.
that scene is good.
I think
Like,
everything
I
he
like-
says is
yeah.
fantastic.
All the stuff about failure.
Did you like that he had the Force electric power?
Oh,
That was kind of cool. At first, I was like, "Wow, how is he able to do that?"
Yoda?
But
Yeah.
what is it?
If-
He moved his finger and then lightning struck the tree.
Oh yeah.
At
Yeah.
first, I was
It was
like, "Why is he
cool.
able to do that?" But like,
yeah,
it's
I was
Yoda.
more confused.
It
than
makes
anything
sense.
else.
I mean,
It's Yoda.
in
Whatever.
episode 2 when they shoot lightning at him, he's just like, "I'm gonna catch it."
I guess
like
he
it's
is-
it's all just
is
the
it
Force.
He is the
Bad
most
guy
powerful.
stuff?
It's all just the Force.
He's the
Yoda
most
bad
powerful
guy.
Force user ever. So I mean,
Well, I mean, can he make a solid version of himself on a different planet while meditating? I
Maybe.
don't know.
maybe
Oh,
he
yeah.
can.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. Not.
I can't believe Luke died from that. I mean, it
No,
makes
he
sense.
didn't. He didn't die. I'm still of the belief that
He
like
just became one with the Force.
because I've seen that scene twice. I've seen the ending twice and think like they're like Ray says to Leia, she's like Luke's gone, Leia's like, I felt it too, and Rey's like, it wasn't sadness or pain, it was peace and purpose. And I think he's just like, hey, I'm done for now. Like, I've done what I'm here to do for now. I'm just gonna go chill with the Force for a bit.
Yeah, it's
and
a lot like what Obi-Wan did.
Maybe I'll be back.
I don't know if he'll come back.
I don't know if he'll come back.
The Force goes back.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll come back completely solid, but he's not.
He says the same thing that he says that Obi-Wan says. I'll become more powerful.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
I think that's what Obi-Wan did.
Oh yeah.
Because he just gave up. He was like, okay, done now. He puts his lightsaber up.
I'm done now.
All done now.
I want dinner now.
But see, that for me explains what happened to Obi-Wan when he got hit. I think he timed it perfectly to completely disappear before the lightsaber hit him.
Do you remember? Does
that make sense? That's why Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
He dies. That's why
he just gets killed.
He just gets killed. He doesn't get to become one with the Force.
Did you see the thing where I always thought Qui-Gon Jinn got stabbed in the balls with the lightsaber? Because the way he
goes, oh!
Yeah. Well, because in kids' movies, there was this thing in kids' movies in the 90s, characters would always get kicked in the balls. I don't know if they still do it now, but characters always used to get kicked in the balls as a joke.
Yeah.
And they would always cut to the, oh. And that's what he did. And I thought, like, oh no, he's
you don't actually see the stab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just thought about that, though. Like, I think that's why, it's an explanation as to why Obi-Wan disappears.
Right, yeah. It actually makes sense.
Because if you go back and watch it before this, at least,
like, where'd he go?
Why does he disappear?
Yeah.
Like, it's never explained.
No.
And Yoda disappears, but like in a different way.
Is there a
like
shot?
the lightsabers like absorb people? Like, it's just kind of weird, you know?
Is there a shot in New Hope where after Obi-Wan disappears, Vader's like feeling around in his robe?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I thought that was like a joke in my memory.
No, it's a thing, but when Aronnax does it, they add the squish sound. And he's like, gross. All right, so we're completely jumping around. We're kind of talking about all the cool stuff. So the Force projection.
Force projection, yeah.
I loved that.
That's
I thought that was a really awesome idea.
Although I gotta say, I'm kind of upset because the whole movie they keep talking like we can turn Kylo, we can bring him back, right?
Right.
And I love Supreme Leader Kylo. I think he's great.
Yeah.
He's unhinged.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, Kylo Ren is like the best part of the movie.
Adam Driver was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Best part
He's
of the movie.
So
I think.
good.
He's amazing.
But I gotta say,
stole the show.
it's like I'm on Team Kylo because I'm like, yeah, of course he's angry. It's like all of his family are actively running away from him, and like everybody he's ever known in his life.
And he had a chance with Rey to like
to rule a universe together.
Yeah. And
with
she
no
denied
baggage.
him.
Yeah.
Well, see, I think I read an article today. I think it was AV Club. I don't know, but it was they were reposting like an interview with Rian Johnson, and he was like, you know what's cool, like because people were pissed that they just killed Snoke.
I was so happy about that.
Because there was a huge, like, as everyone knows, there's just like, who's Snoke, but what's going on?
It's the fans' fault.
And, he was just like, you know what? Like, I want to get rid of the master-apprentice roles that consume every Star Wars. And, like, just get rid of it.
Good.
Shake things up. Mix it up. Like,
no, smart decision.
Like, we're not going to make it so that, Kylo Ren turns on his emperor or on his master as a last, he's good now. Like, he turns on him, but he's not good. Like, and now there's a whole other movie where he's just gonna be by himself.
I didn't like Snoke in The Force Awakens. I didn't like him. I mean, he was a cool character for the most part.
He was better in this movie, I think.
Yeah, he was. But at the same time,
I love that gold robe.
He's a carbon copy of the Emperor, and it's just like I don't care.
Which I think is why Johnson was like, let's just get rid of him.
It's crazy because I was
it's
like,
the same reason why I don't like the Starkiller Base. It's just a carbon copy of the Death Star.
It's a big Death Star.
I like Andy Serkis' performance.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he was bad at it.
It's so funny. Even though Snoke's dead, I'm just like, I still want to know where he's from.
What's your deal, man?
I am curious.
Even if it's in a, you know what I want? I want Thrawn in the movies. I just want like
Thrawn, the blue guy.
Can we just have Thrawn because he's like the best character? Like it was funny because I feel like all these other characters like Mara Jade and like all the what's Han Solo's son? It's like Finn Solo or something. It's not Finn, but it's like Ben Solo.
No,
not Kylo, but in the books.
In the books. I don't know.
It's not. I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
All those characters have so much Skywalker baggage, but Thrawn, it's like you could totally just take him and bring him in to the new, and he would work perfectly.
Like an adaptation of him.
Yeah, it's like. I just want Thrawn. I'm mad for.
Well, anyway, so the Force projection.
That's what I thought.
Wanted to talk about that. We ended up talking about
was kind of Thrawn related.
Yeah, I guess kind of. Yeah.
Hux, Snoke.
Do you guys want?
It's if you took Thrawn and broke him in half.
Do we want to talk about force projection Luke, or do we want to talk about the Snoke scene?
We should talk about the best scene in the movie, which is the throne room scene.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That whole sequence in the throne room,
I agree,
is the best part of the movie.
Yes.
I think everybody can agree on. Can we agree on that?
I think. Yeah.
Which is why so many people are having mixed reactions to Force Awakens, because you have the best scene in the movie,
Last Jedi,
and then in Last Jedi, and then everything else is downhill.
You think so?
Relatively, yeah. The ending is kind of weak.
The ending is weak, but I think the crate scene is kind of cool with Luke. I like the Luke scene.
Oh yeah, that in particular, his whole scene,
especially the ending, like
having to get there is like
it takes a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when I noticed the movie was taking a long time.
I thought the casino and the whole Benicio del Toro thing was stupid.
It was terrible.
Like they got arrested for a parking ticket.
Yeah,
that is stupid.
Okay, no, all right. So let's talk about that. I want to discuss that.
Well, they find their guy that they're looking for, see him for 5 seconds, and then they're like, well, I guess we'll just go with this other guy that we don't know. Like, what are you doing?
I think this is one of those things where if you take that out, nothing in the movie changes.
No.
And I don't think that should be.
It's completely.
It seemed like they had Finn and Rose get captured just so Phasma could be a badass, and then she wasn't again. Okay. She didn't do anything in this movie again, and she's either going to come back. She's either dead or she's going to come back horribly disfigured.
All right. Here's the thing about Phasma. Can I just say something about Phasma? I don't care about Phasma.
No.
I don't know why people care about Phasma. Who cares?
Yeah.
She's just a titanium stormtrooper.
Because people like Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah. Who cares though? Like, what do they want from her? She fought someone.
Yeah.
Great.
They want new Boba Fett.
Anymore.
They do, yeah, but no one can be new Boba Fett.
Well, Boba Fett wasn't introduced till Empire, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
and he had a reputation, but like he didn't do anything either.
Yeah. And they wanted to give Finn like a nemesis. I
just feel bad. All right, so I kind of understand why a Star Wars director would only do one Star Wars movie. Because imagine.
The shitstorm that comes out as soon as it's released.
People are so angry with the Snoke reveal, him dying. People are so angry with the Rey's parents.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't glossed over that. I thought that was hysterical.
I think that's great.
It's so no one.
Great.
The Dr. Pepper's great.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And people are so pissed about
sold
that.
You for booze money.
Yeah.
What were they going to do? Were they going to have Kenobi be a grandfather or parent? That would have been so boring. We already guessed that.
I thought it was a good choice.
So no matter what the answer is, people are mad.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I think it's a good choice. I think that we might find out that her parents may have been Junkers, but they may have been former Jedi.
I gotta say, real quick,
I would be okay with that as well.
Yeah.
But no one important. No one we already know.
No.
When I went to go see it when it was in a packed theater.
Yeah.
And
what did people do?
There's actually a couple funny moments.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing was that the best moment was during the throne room scene. Mm-hmm. Snoke gets fucking lightsabered, and then
he gets
Kylo force pulls the blue lightsaber into Rey's hand, and as soon as that happened, everybody in the audience was clapping and so excited.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Then they go back to back. That's a great scene.
Yeah. And the music, I listened to the soundtrack on Spotify, and I was like, oh my god, this.
You know what was weird though? I don't know if it was the editing or the delivery, but when Kylo Ren was just like, your parents are nobody. I was like, is this a joke?
It was kind of silly.
I was like, what? Are you being serious? Or are you just messing with her?
The delivery was kind of silly.
At first, I thought that, but I saw that scene again, and I don't know. I thought he was great. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, he's good in the whole
because he was
thing.
like, oh yeah, no, the way he delivers it, I thought was a joke at first, but then if you watch it again, he's kind of just like, yeah, it's no one. What are you what are you trying to?
I see.
You know what I mean? The way he says it.
Oh yeah,
it's just Adam Driver's really deep voice. Yeah, is kind of weird.
But I was like, are you trying to are you gonna laugh? Are you just be like, gotcha? Just kidding?
Because it seems cruel. It does. So it seems like he's toying with her.
I really like him. He's so good.
He's so good.
I was so happy with him.
He's the best part of Force Awakens.
Yeah.
He's the best part of this
movie. I was okay with him with Force Awakens. I thought he was
kind of whiny.
Kind of whiny. I'm okay with it, but he didn't do anything for me.
No, I'm glad he didn't wear his helmet in this one.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. The whole part with him destroying it.
Yeah,
awesome.
All right. So the thing about Adam Driver in the first movie, the reason why I was like, I don't really know who Adam Driver is before that.
Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he took the helmet off, I was like, what a goofy looking
guy. Yeah.
So at first, I was like, this super dark, evil villain looks like a goofy teenage kid, like not teenage, but a young guy.
Yeah,
Adam Driver's fucking ripped, dude.
I know, right?
Dude, he looked so awkward when they had that scene with his pants pulled all the way.
I could laugh.
He's a Marine, right? He used to be a Marine.
No way, is that real?
He used to be a U.S. Marine,
shit.
and then when he left, he opened a acting school for veterans.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then he became like a legitimate actor. Well, not
what a good guy.
Not that, like acting schools aren't legitimate, but yeah. Like he opened a theater for veterans.
Holy shit!
Nice.
Yeah, he's a super cool guy.
Yeah.
He's super nice too. Yeah.
He had one of my favorite lines in the movie where he's in the ship above Crate and Luke's there and he's just like, I want every gun we have pointed at that man right now.
I love
like that's great. Like,
he looked so
shot.
That was so perfect. I was like,
so
this is great.
Because think about it though. Think about how
He throws Hux into the side.
Yeah, and then Luke, they fire everything at Luke, and he's just like, "What?" Like,
yeah. Okay. So I love him in that scene because he's so sick of Hux. He's like he would kill him if he could.
Oh, yeah.
He knows he needs him for the most part.
yeah.
Do you remember when he's on the ground and Hux is about to take out the gun, and then he like wakes up and Hux.
Oh yeah, he's just like just kidding.
I was like, oh shit, oh my god! And then they did a sequence at the end of the movie where there's like I think I forget, it's after he throws Hux into a wall. They're walking through the base, and you see Hux like kind of give him a look like a we're gonna have trouble in the next movie type look.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say,
I also gotta say real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Another Hux moment that is totally underappreciated is he's in Snoke's chamber. It's right before the Kylo destroys his mask.
Yeah.
Kylo's going. Hux had just explained the hyperdrive thing, but the audience doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're walking, Hux gives like a little smirk to Kylo, and it's like, they're total frenemies. This is great.
But anyway,
cannot wait
I want
for
to talk
that
about
episode.
the moment that the reason why I love that scene of how angry he is at the Millennium Falcon is just think about.
This is
I just think
shit.
it's Adam Driver's performance is so good because he just got betrayed,
Yeah.
or kind of he got denied, I guess.
Denied.
And now. Yeah, and now he's like trying just to kill, just trying to do his
Him
job.
and Ray had so much chemistry. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then his dad's ship shows up, and he's just like so. He's so
Dude,
good.
and you can see as soon as Luke disappears, you can see him just look into the base, and he's just like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
They got like.
It was amazing.
So the scene where Luke projects.
Great.
I want to talk about the scene where Luke shows up. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
At first, I was like, "How did he get in there?
Yeah.
Right.
Why does he look different?" But then he hands Leia the thing. I love the wink at C-3PO. Fantastic. Dude,
Were those in the original movies? Those dice?
Yeah, they're in the ship apparently.
never
but I
noticed those.
I'm thinking they'll be described.
It's funny. I went out to the bathroom
Solo.
when he goes into the Falcon to take the dice. I was in the bathroom,
Yeah.
so he gives her dice at the end, and I was like, "Oh, he just gave her shitty jewelry." Okay,
Yeah, no, it was in the Falcon. I think they're in the original. They're hanging on something.
tacky. So tacky to hang on her.
Did you guys guess that it was a projection of some sort?
No,
I had no
Because
idea.
it's very obvious if you see it a second time.
Right, because his foot doesn't move.
His foot doesn't make any marks on the sand. He has the lightsaber that just
They
broke.
never touch lightsabers.
They never touch at all.
Yeah.
He dodges every shot, and the lightsaber that
His
he uses
haircut.
just got split in half, like 2 scenes beforehand.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
Yeah.
It's so obvious, and yet
I just loved seeing that side of it because like when it cut to him meditating, I was like floating meditating.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what the Force is all about,
yeah,
and we've never seen this is what being a
so
Jedi is
why
about.
do you think he?
And
Why
we're
do you
finally
think he
seeing
did
it.
that instead of actually going there? Do you think he had no means of doing so?
Like
His X-wing was in the ground in the water.
I was thinking maybe he
in
showed
the ground.
because like they showed his X-wing. I was wondering why
It was
they didn't.
what do you call it? It was Ryan Johnson's that made that choice because in every Ryan Johnson movie, you try to trick the audience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In Brick is a film noir with a surprise ending. Brothers Bloom is literally about con artists who trick people the whole time, and Looper uses the time travel structure to like trick you into a surprise ending.
Yeah.
So that was totally in line with everything Ryan Johnson has ever done. He always tries to trick the audience. It's great.
Nice. Did not know that.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true. So, I want to keep talking about scenes, but I want to ask this question real quick beforehand, before I forget. Mm-hmm. Seeing this film, are you more or less excited about his trilogy that he wants to do?
Oh yeah, definitely more excited.
I'd say more
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm like talking about the movie more.
Yeah, you like it more, right?
Okay.
I think
This
so.
happened to me. So the day after, I went to work and our friend Pat and Jimmy were there, and they were like, "We have to talk about this."
Yeah, they loved it.
They loved it, and talking about it made me like it even more.
Yeah.
Dean was personally offended by this movie. He thinks it's the biggest piece of garbage he's ever seen.
It was crazy.
Shout out to Dean.
But
Love you, boy.
he also, it's so funny. There's this YouTuber named Jenny Nicholson. I don't know if you guys know about her.
No.
But she did a review of Force Awakens, and she noticed like people who hate this movie usually are diehard fans of Rogue One. And she noticed that commonality. And when Dean came out of the theater, he's like, this isn't a real movie. You know what's a real war movie? Rogue One. Yeah. And I was like, Rogue One, the most I mean, I haven't watched a lot of it, only a couple scenes.
You haven't seen all of it?
Yeah, no, only a couple scenes.
That's
but
so
it's
weird. You
the
should
most
watch it.
Underwhelming.
You should watch that movie. It's not horrible.
I watched it
it's not bad.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I watched it again.
It was like the second time I've seen it.
Yeah.
It was the first time watching it since then.
It's pretty boring after.
Severely
the second
overhyped.
time.
Yeah.
I saw it the second time in theaters with my mom.
Because they just have no characters.
No.
It's
that
like,
end scene's awesome, though.
The ending with Darth Vader.
because he's a character.
Yeah.
He's a legit character.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have no characters. You are all out of characters. They waste Mads Mikkelsen, who's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
You've seen The Hunt, right?
No, I actually haven't.
It's so good. He's in The Hunt.
I've been meaning to watch The Hunt. I know you love The Hunt.
So good.
Chris watched The Hunt and loved it.
So, anyway, what other scenes are there in this film?
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
So one of the big problems people had was the pacing.
Yes.
And I laughed out loud because I kind of understood why. Is every time you cut back to the Rebel storyline, it's the same exact sequence.
Yeah.
It's the
Nothing's changed.
Empire shooting at the Rebels. It's almost the same shot, not the same shot, but very close. And then it cuts to inside the Imperial ship, Snoke's ship, and they're like, all right, just 7 more hours, and those
And then
rebels
it cuts to the rebels, and they're like, we got 6 more hours.
And they do that like 3 times.
Yeah, they do.
Can I just say, you've seen it twice. I want maybe you have a better explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Why the heck didn't the New First Order just speed up a little bit?
Oh,
Is it because the rebels were keeping just enough distance, no matter what speed they were going?
Yeah. I also think the rebel ships are a little faster, just because they don't
Small,
have all that weight loading them down.
Yeah,
Right.
Especially Snoke's ship. That thing's massive.
Admiral, that was a cool scene of Admiral Holdo warp driving
light
into the
speed.
thing.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was good.
No sound. Perfect.
One thing I found on
else would
Reddit too. A little Easter egg for you in Rogue One.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the scene in Rogue One, but when they're getting the plans for the Death Star, like with the arcade machine type thing, they're looking through all the files, and Jyn is like, hyperspace tracking, like, what is this?
She names a bunch of.
She's just like looking through.
No, this.
She's
this,
like, no, hyperspace track. Because
so it's something.
then in this, they're like, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
But they've been working on it since
before the Death Star was finished.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a fun little Easter egg.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I wonder if that was planned or if Brian Johnson was like, "Oh, cool, I'll use that."
Yeah.
Oh, you made that? I made this.
Yeah.
There's a thing I wanted to mention too that I'm kind of blanking on. It was what was it? What were you just talking about? Oh yeah, Admiral Holdo destroys the. There was a guy in my theater who was talking during the movie a couple times.
Oh, did he talk during the silence?
He talked during the silence, and it was annoying and also kind of funny.
Yeah,
the ship gets destroyed, and he said, like, I think what he said was, "Oh shit!"
I hate when people talk. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And when Yoda came back, there was this. It pans across to Luke
And you
going up
see
the tree.
Yoda's head.
You see Yoda's head. He said, "This bitch," and I was like, "What is happening?" He was like right behind me too, and I was like, "Can I?"
It's so frustrating.
give him a side turn.
So what was it like seeing this movie with a crowded theater?
It was good. All the jokes really hit.
We saw it for the first time. People don't know. We saw
Everyone
it.
was very quiet.
We saw it privately. I think it was like maybe 15 people.
Yeah, not a
in a
lot.
full theater. Yeah. So how was it with a full?
Everyone was
packed, sold-out
excited.
theater?
Yeah, everyone was totally into it.
Yeah.
Everyone was laughing.
I saw The Force Awakens in a packed theater.
Oh, you did?
Me too. I saw it in London when it came out with a bunch of people.
The only time people really reacted is they really clapped when the first Star Wars appeared, and then people clapped during that.
And when Han Solo and Chewbacca showed up.
I heard people happy about that, but people clapped when Rey used the Force on the lightsaber.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
That was the part.
When I saw it and they had a bit like...
A part of me was annoyed, part of me was like,
when I saw it, as soon as they're like, Chewie, we're home, everyone was just like, yeah!
See, that scene, the reason why I think it got less of reactions because we saw it in the trailers.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, so what about...
Oh, and another thing, too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. I love history. Okay.
I'm aware.
And in my U.S. foreign policy class that just finished, one of the biggest things I noticed in history from the end of Manifest Destiny up to 1900, up to even today, is how our foreign policy has been dominated by not like a specific person. Like, this is not a conspiracy theory. It's like no one made this. No, it's no one's fault that it happened. It's just a natural evolution of American imperialism in the early 1900s. But the military-industrial complex.
So is this why you like the casino stuff?
Yeah, that's why. Because it was just that.
I thought it was a little forced.
It seemed like, I don't know.
It's just like Rose Tico is explaining it, and I'm like, I don't care about your character.
Yeah.
I don't care about what you're saying.
That seems so
And it's funny. I hated the children. I hated those kids.
I was going to say, I forgot. I meant to say this a little bit ago. Sorry to interrupt you. But I agree. Like, I watched the ending scene the other night.
The kid used the Force on
the kid uses the Force on the broom, first of all. But, like, the movie, they're flying through hyperspace, Millennium Falcon, music's playing. People started clapping as soon as it ended. And then the kids show up and they're like, wait, what? And even I was like, this is just stupid. Like, the movie should have ended.
It felt like those are like one of the producer's kids or something. Like, we gotta put John in the
put my little baby in the movie.
And it's like, it's so funny because they're supposed to be these like very feral kind of like slave children, right? Who are like probably not.
They probably know nothing of.
Probably don't have baths.
Yeah, and the kids just
they have their faces are like just little smudges of dirt. I was like, fuck off!
Yeah,
like, you're not slave kids.
It looked like a musical.
Yeah, it's like fucking what is it? Oliver Twist.
Yeah,
like, this is so stupid.
I didn't like that.
I hated the weird, like, uncanny freaking horse creatures with like human faces.
Oh yeah. I thought they kind of cute. I'm not as cute as the porgs.
What?
I love me
the horse race thing. The horse chase.
Oh, the horse race.
Their faces looked dumb. They looked
too.
dumb. I hated that scene. Oh, there was one cool moment though with John Williams' score, and they're running on the beach with the moon in the background.
I like when their faces stuck out.
Kind of cool.
Yo, you know what I did love that we haven't talked about? The little Italian woman aliens who were tending the.
See,
they were so good.
People hate Italian women.
They're awesome.
But we're okay with Jawas. Why are we not okay with those guys?
People were like, "Where these things have never been explained before. Now they're just here. Like, we can't do that."
They're great.
It's like, have we ever been to the first Jedi Temple?
Yeah, it's like it's like the same thing where when Overwatch first came out and people were mad about a pose that one of the characters does because they were saying it's not her character, it's not something she would do before the game was even out. And it's like, what are you talking about? You don't write this character.
This is a new thing.
Yeah, it's like
even out.
That's what I'm saying. This is a new thing. So these characters are new, like these little aliens. What are you
I thought they were hysterical. There's like the wheelbarrow and just they're like, we hate you, Ray.
I thought the porgs were going to be super annoying.
Me too.
I was super cute. I didn't think they were.
You know what I saw today as well though? The reason for the porgs. I thought this is kind of silly. On that island, there's apparently a huge native puffin population that they couldn't do anything about. Like, I mean, I don't know if puffins are endangered, but they're just like, we can't clear these wild birds out, so we're gonna edit in porgs over them.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
And I went to the bathroom on the all the porg scenes in the first time I watched it. And
Chewie's eating the pork.
Yeah.
It looked too plastic.
Which I didn't realize that because I was like, oh, he's eating when I saw it the second time, I was like, oh, he's eating chicken. The porgs want some. And then I was like,
no, it's a pork.
He's eating a pork. And I was like,
Another issue I have is I think Chew is underused.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like Han died and now he's not a character.
Yeah, like did he just sit in the Millennium Falcon during all those scenes?
The same thing happened with C-3PO and R2-D2 where they're just like
I'm okay with that though because I don't need them to be around anymore. I thought C-3PO had too big of a role.
It's just sad because like there's like it's like your old relatives with dementia.
I know.
Like, oh god.
Here's the thing though, a lot of people are mad about.
I had that problem watching Harrison Ford walk around, amble around, and I was like, don't break me.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. It's just like we gotta run from these raptors.
Need a new knee.
I need new.
Here's the thing about that, and another complaint that a lot of people have is that they're just killing off all the old characters. It's like, it's a new trilogy.
It's so depressing.
Dude, so this kid at work was like, Anakin's not even in the movie? What the hell? And I was like, why would you want that? Like, his story is over. Anakin turned to Darth Vader and then became good and died. He's done.
Why?
Yeah, he's done.
To play devil's advocate, Because Anakin's been in almost every movie before the new trilogy came out.
Well, no, I know that, but he's like, Anakin's a cool character. Like, I was like, this isn't about him. We've moved on from that. And he's like, well, there was concept art of him. I was like, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Yeah,
like, that means nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
No.
I was happy with Yoda's ghost. He was perfect.
Yeah.
And the next one, it's Luke's ghost going to be all over.
I gotta say, I did not like Benicio del Toro's character the first time I watched it.
I don't know why people were excited about this character.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just say, we had this conversation about, who did we talk about? Where he's another one of those actors where everybody's always excited about things he's in, and I'm just like, why? I don't care about him.
Oh, who? I'm curious, who is this? Mark Wahlberg?
That's what I'm talking about. No, we talked about the girl who's in The Greatest Showman.
Oh, Zendaya. Yeah, because Zendaya hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, I
didn't know Hugh Jackman is in that movie, The World's Greatest Showman, and I'm like, this is just the shitty prestige.
See, if that movie wasn't a musical, it'd probably be good.
I'm sure it'll be fun. But anyway.
Has anyone here seen The Prestige?
No.
I know what it is, though.
You guys will love that movie. Nope. It's one of Christopher Nolan's best movies.
I forgot it's Christopher
Nolan. I had a thought.
Sorry, we were talking about Benicio del Toro and how his character didn't do anything.
But I think the reason people like him, I mean, I really like him. I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even know he was in this movie. Mm-hmm. He showed up on screen and I was like, there's Benicio del Toro. Yeah. I didn't like his character, but I love him because of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I think that's one of the greatest things he's ever done in his life. Right, yeah. I love him in that movie so much.
When he was announced as a character in this movie, people were so excited, and I was like, wow.
I think he's fun as the collector.
He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he's great as a collector. I love Fenster and The Usual Suspects.
Yeah. My favorite Benicio scene is him looking through the old ship's log of who the ship belonged to, and then he sees the rebel ship, and he's like, uh-oh. I like that whole part where he's like, don't join, it's all a game. Because as someone who is fascinated by the military industrial complex, it's I'm like, yeah, you got it, man. I'm into it. When he was not as charismatic as Lando, though. So
here's the thing. There was that scene where they were in jail and he was in shadow, and I was like, oh, wouldn't that be cool if that was Lando?
See, dude, even with when Maz was like,
oh, that stupid Maz.
That was stupid.
So
that was stupid.
Dumb.
But when she was the master guy, I was like, are they gonna get Lando?
Yeah, that would.
Am I gonna get the smoothest motherfucker in the galaxy back up here?
Been so cool.
Have you guys ever watched the show The Leftovers?
No.
Because that guy who plays the nom de plume guy, which I thought was really funny, because I know him from the show The Leftovers. Yeah. He plays the main character Kevin Garvey. And it's a kind of a fun show. It's it's not amazing, but it's really fun. And so it's just funny to see him in kind of this nothing cameo. I laughed at that. I was like, okay, this is silly.
Yeah.
But that whole sequence was overly. The problem is I just don't think Rose Tico is an interesting character.
No, I don't think she is either.
I'm like, what is the point? And it's so funny at the end. Max Landis was tweeting about this. What she does makes her saving Finn. Right?
As he always does, yeah.
I got so frustrated when she did that.
When she saved Finn. Yeah. It makes no sense.
I was like, what is wrong with you?
Why?
Because she liked him.
Well, it's
she's known him for 4 hours.
And they didn't set up any chemistry. No. He looks confused when she kisses him.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's into it at all.
She kisses him, and he's like...
Because he spends the whole movie, I have to save Rey. Where's Rey? I want to make sure Rey's okay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, how do we feel about Rey and Finn? Are they romantic?
I don't want them to be. I don't care. No, I like that they're friends. I don't.
Max wanted them to kiss.
Here's the thing. I don't think they are. I think they're brother-sister type. They just take care of each other.
Oh, wow. Very different. Well, do you remember the first movie when he's like, what is it?
No one looks at me. No one's looked at me the way he looked at me.
There's so many.
Everyone sees me and turns around, runs away.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you have a boifriend, girlfriend?
That's why he pretends to be
in the Resistance.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then Han's they always find out.
That's the Luke Skywalker thing. They always find out. Always. But that's why Luke Skywalker joined up too, because he was like, who is she?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Pretty lady.
Oh, okay, so Rey is Finn's sister. I got it.
Yes.
It all comes full circle.
The end.
Okay, so what was I going to say?
Wait, doesn't Leia kiss Luke in the second movie before we find out that...
Yeah. What they don't know won't hurt them.
Yeah.
Well, this is funny because it's because I always excuse the kiss in the first movie as they just didn't know yet that Darth Vader was the father. But if you're making the movie,
well, this is actually kind of fun. I was listening to you may know this. I was listening to an interview with Mark Hamill. He was talking about that scene and how he had to keep it so under wraps. It was the reveal that Darth Vader was his father.
Oh, I heard that he was the only one who knew.
Well, here's the thing. There was 2 producers and him, and when they filmed the scene, the actor who was playing Darth Vader, like in the suit, said a different line. He said like Obi-Wan killed your father, and Luke went no. And then the audio afterwards, in post, they said I am your father, and like
because
crazy.
I saw it might have been today even. When they were filming Empire, Luke was like the only actor on set who knew that Darth Vader was his father, and he was. They were like, you can't tell anyone.
He knew
like,
for like a year. Yeah.
No one can know about this except for you.
Wow. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Something that I really liked, I heard on a podcast I was listening earlier today, and they were talking about how people are mad about the reveals and the mysteries and things like that. But he made a good point by saying Star Wars isn't about mystery.
No.
There weren't any mysteries in the original trilogy. Yeah. It wasn't like, ooh, cliffhanger, who's this? Who is that? Why is this person there? Like, there was no question of
That's a J.J. Abrams thing.
There was no question of who Luke Skywalker's father was. It just was a surprise, but it wasn't a mystery. And I think I think these reveals were the fans' fault.
Yeah.
Like, for being upset about it.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
This stuff came out, Rey's parents, Snoke. People just all automatically
jumped on it.
It's because JJ set the expectation.
Yeah,
he set the expectation with all this, like with when Rey grabs the lightsaber and she has that vision of all these different like moments. You know, she's in this Imperial hallway. She sees like a ship going away, and she's with Unkar
Plutt. You hear Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice. You see the Darth Vader mask. You see the the Knights of Ren and all that stuff. Like, people were like, oh, okay, so this is going to be answered, because they were confused at what this was. They didn't understand what it was, and they thought every question would be answered.
And it wasn't.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
Let's talk about the Knights of Ren.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, where they at? Are they left?
They were confirmed that they weren't. They're not the guards, the Red Guard.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that for a second.
Those guys had game. Those guys were like, I was like, damn, I never seen these guys.
Yeah, those guys are cool.
They got moves.
Like the different weapons.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Dude, Chris was like, are one of them gonna have like why don't they just make lightsabers that bend? And then that guy just like had one. Yeah. Like he had like a
really
lightsaber whip.
They're like weird electric things, but it's really cool because
the most terrifying lobsters.
What I liked about it, there was a quick moment because I rewatched that scene where Kylo Ren like whips his sword at a dude and he blocks it with his forearm. Like he doesn't even have a weapon in his hand. Wow. He just like stops it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. That whole scene was really awesome.
Yeah.
I liked seeing Kylo Ren at the height of his power because in The Force Awakens we saw him fight. And he was pretty good, but he was losing.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Himself, yeah. But he was hurt, and he was like...
Got a bum leg.
Really, yeah.
I gotta say...
It was cool to see him actually really fight.
Kylo had so many great scenes in Force Awakens. Like, just... I mean, off the top of my head, as soon as he finds out that the droid escaped, him, like, slashing up the console.
Yeah.
It's like, we've never seen that before. This
he was
is
definitely a different type of villain,
It was so fun.
He's definitely mellowed out a bit.
Yeah, which I like.
Except for that moment where he's like, right after,
shoot that shit.
No.
Shoot that Uncle Chuck.
There's that scene where after they defeat all the Red Guards and stuff like that, he's telling Rey, "Join me," and she's like, "I can't." He's like, "No, you're still holding on."
Yeah.
And he screams at her.
Great.
He's so, and he like calms down. He's like, "Okay." He's so good.
You know who he kind of reminded me of a little bit? He reminded me of Dennis from...
Dennis Always Sunny.
Always Sunny.
My tools.
I need my tools.
I'm a golden god.
Idiots.
Yeah, right.
But it's funny. It's like, he's not wrong. He's not like... I mean...
I like that line. Destroy... Stop holding on to the past.
Yeah.
Destroy it if you have to kill it off.
Yeah.
And that's what Rian Johnson did in this movie.
Yeah.
He's basically killing off the past.
Yeah.
And everything that everybody's been holding
Which
on.
Is so funny, because like episode 9 is like the last movie of his trilogy. Isn't it crazy? Like,
yeah,
it feels like we just got started.
It feels like we didn't even... Yeah,
well, I think it's because of... How
how this movie was just a chase.
I wasn't a huge fan of how it took place immediately after.
Yeah,
like it worked, but
the thing is, it had to because of how it ended.
Yeah,
the last one with Rey handing the lights.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Otherwise, you would have a scared timeline.
Yeah, like what happened?
Yeah, but yeah, this movie was just a chase scene.
Yeah,
which I got a little sick of after a while. I was like, okay, they're still being chased. Like,
yeah,
the Rebels haven't done anything, or the Resistance, whatever they're called. But the whole Rey Luke stuff was. Titillating.
That was all that stuff was great.
Get it?
The whole first part of the movie up to the throne room scene, they're talking about how like Kylo can be turned back, and just like Luke's father in return, right? Like,
but so why isn't Luke agreeing to it? That's what I want.
It feels like after the throne room scene, everyone is like, he can't come back. Like, he's totally gone.
Maybe because in this instance, like Luke knows Kylo. He didn't know his papa. He had no idea. He was just.
But he was right.
Well, yeah, but if like.
So maybe. Well, here's the thing. All right, so I'm only asked that because I watched the scene recently where Rey's like, where they're in the rain. He's like, it's not gonna go how you think. He's like, don't go. You can't turn him.
Yeah.
But like, I was thinking, you did it to your dad, dude.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I had the same thought.
But do you think that's because he felt it, but he doesn't feel it in Kylo?
Yeah.
Oh,
but Rey
maybe.
does though. So maybe maybe she's just stronger than he is. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's been away for the Force for so long. I love that moment when he fell and floated for a second, and then like
Yeah,
that's great. Stuff. Yeah.
I love how scared he was when she got the lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Fuck no!"
I like crazy old Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, he was great. Apparently, he was not a huge fan, but how
he turned out. He wasn't.
Oh, no, it's so fun.
He liked it. At the same time, he was like a little.
It's like Luke wouldn't do this stuff.
I think it was kind of. I understand why they did it, and it totally makes sense. But I think it's kind of a missed opportunity to not have Kylo turn good and then have Rey turn evil.
Because maybe they will.
As soon as they had her do like the Force vision, and then her mind goes to that place.
Yeah,
it's like you didn't even try to stop yourself. I was like, yes, like oh my god, awesome, like Sith. Well, that's new Sith apprentice. Oh, this is amazing.
That's where I think that she's going to be kind of like what a gray Jedi is, where she's not a Jedi, she's not a Sith, she's just in the middle.
In the middle.
She might make a white lightsaber. That'd be sweet because that's what they use.
That's what they use.
Yeah, but that's what I like about this. It's that, like, Kylo's not a Sith.
No.
Yeah.
He's not a Jedi. Neither is Rey. Rey's not a Jedi either.
No.
Although Luke did say she will be a Jedi, but, like, kind of. So.
Sort of a Jedi.
So maybe she's figuring it out. Maybe she's finding the balance. Like, instead of there being a balance between, like, having a Jedi and a Sith,
right?
Maybe that balance.
What do you think
is
the last movie is going to be called?
Star Wars Episode 9.
Or, like, what do you think the subtitle
is? I have no idea.
I have no clue.
The Second Jedi?
The Gray.
I don't know.
Jedi, man. Oh,
the Gray Jedi.
I have no idea.
I don't think it'll have Jedi in the title since this one did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think it'll be called...
Maz Kanata Adventures.
The movie. She's running with,
I hated
with the
that
gun.
scene.
That was stupid.
Maz Kanata? Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, because I was going to say Maz Kanata something. Like I was going to make a Maz Kanata joke right before you said Maz Kanata.
Anything else we want to say before we wrap this up?
I think we covered quite a bit.
No,
we talked about the whole movie.
I genuinely think it's a weird mix of like...
It's weird that there's not a post-credit sequence, because you kind of think there would be one.
It's not a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Do you know why everyone wanted a post-credits? Or do you know why I wanted one? Because the movie ended on such a weak note.
It did.
So
I could see that.
I wanted like I kind of wanted like a Thanos scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted a Thanos scene. Not like a literal Thanos scene, but like the type of
yeah.
Type of Thanos scene.
Where do you think? All right, so no more to say about that. Where do you think the next one's going to
go?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. I think we stop doing that. Stop it.
Sorry. Is this like important? Do you need?
No, it's just tape. But it's making
noise.
Sounds.
Oh, sorry.
You
I was like, we're tearing this apart.
I heard a theory that Kylo's going to go get the Knights of Ren.
Probably.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm done with that.
It's about time.
What the heck are they? They are Jedi, apparently. I think that's been confirmed.
Yeah.
I want Snoke backstory. I
don't think that'll happen.
It could be a little scene.
If it's in one scene,
it could be a little flashback.
Yeah. Even if it's just like someone says it, like, oh, who's this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Funeral for Snoke, where they say, do you know where he's from? Yeah, he's from fucking
this
coast.
I think the Resistance will have set up like a more established
Hux Kylo.
What I would like to see
face off
is a switch off, right? Mm-hmm. Where the Resistance are like, cool, we've gathered enough forces, we are going to attack the new First Order and have the First Order on their heels the whole end of the movie.
It's just the opposite chase scene. They use the same shots from this movie, but just reverse them.
No, I'm thinking like
7 hours.
No, I know.
The end of the movie, the climax is like the Resistance is like the attackers.
Yeah,
I think that would be really cool.
No, I know what you mean.
You don't usually see that.
You could call it Revenge of the Rebels.
Return of the Revenge of the Rebels.
Return of the Revenge.
Attack of the Clones 2.
Rise of the Rebellion.
Anyway, I think this movie is like, it was a lot of fun.
Planets
I had a good time.
And It's weird because it's the opposite of the Phantom Menace issue where like we leave all pumped and then as time goes on we're like, eh.
Well, didn't Force Awakens have that where everybody was really excited about it and then we all kind of chilled out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I think it was the realization where after it ended, the next day I was just like, wait a minute, that was just a New Hope. Yeah. That was the same movie.
I think that's another thing. People were expecting this just to be an Empire Strikes Back.
It had Empire vibes, but it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't Empire.
Empire in Return kind of
completely
yeah.
But since it wasn't completely like that, people were like confused.
Yeah.
People were just so
fair enough.
And that's what I say when people ask me how was it. I'm like, I liked it. It had moments I didn't really like. It's different.
Yeah.
I think it's a better made. Well, we've talked about this. I think it's a better made movie than Force Awakens, but I think I think Force Awakens had better pacing.
Yeah,
was a little bit more. I don't want to say fun, but the goal was fun.
There's no downtime in this movie.
Yeah,
there's downtime.
It's always
Force
going.
Awakens, yeah. And I think that's like my same issue with Age of Ultron. No downtime. It's just one thing after another. So it's tiring. So seeing it a second time probably definitely helps, as you said it kind of did. Yeah. So I'm going to see it this week, I think, at some point. All right, we have to move on.
That's it.
To Opinions from the Future.
Opinions from the Future.
Opinions from the Future.
Star Wars, still good.
Star Wars is still good. What did we talk about in our... You're not taking notes today.
I know, no. I'm not...
He's a sick boy.
I will eventually in the future, but...
All right, what did we talk about? Kevin Hart's Mrs. Doubtfire.
Great movie.
Yeah. I gotta say, I was really impressed. I think the biggest
Oscar contender, actually, is what I'm hearing.
I know, it's weird. Which is they never really do comedies.
It's about time.
It's about time. Kevin Hart too. Who would have thought?
The biggest thing with that movie is that I notice all Oscar movies kind of have this thing where they're all about like a character that goes through a lot of adversity.
Yeah.
And so it was weird to see them do like a Mrs. Doubtfire where like he was actually like biologically changing himself and like medically and like not even like a sex change operation because it happens in the future, so it's like bioorganics and shit. It was kind of like Deus Ex Machina, and I was just like really like it's funny. It's like what is it, Blade Runner with the replicants and shit. This movie was more like Blade Runner than it was.
Yeah,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
It was so weird.
Ridley Scott makes sense. He directed.
Of course.
I mean, as soon as Ridley Scott was shown as director, I was like, oh, here we go.
This is Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner
Doubtfire hybrid.
And
Mrs. Doubtrunner.
The dick came out and it was a gun.
Harrison Ford was there for some reason.
Listen, you gotta wear the dress like this.
there.
They'll always find out.
Always. I was like, that's a good callback. I think what else did we talked about the
Fox Disney merger.
Fox Disney merger.
Disney just owns Amazon now.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. I mean, I'm kind of scared, you guys. Like, I'm genuinely scared because, like, I've been going outside and, like, have you noticed, like, all, like, the Disney embossed shit?
Yeah, people are, like, dressed as, like, Mickey everywhere. It's, like, weird, like, full-on costumes.
I swear to God, I looked up at a street light and they had fucking mouse ears on.
It's weird.
Shit.
Everything is all the planes now have mouse ears as they fly.
Everyone's dog is just Pluto now.
That's like super not aerodynamic
really,
at all.
No. Well, do you know what happened is that Disney, like I know what happened is because the Disney Corporation like had enough largesse to give that like what is it earned income credit for like the logo application. So if you apply the Disney logo to something, you get like it's essentially your purchase is subsidized.
Right.
Of course.
Which is like fun, but holy shit, that's kind of scary.
It explains all the military, like all their
the fucking the Disney insignias on the bullets and the guns.
Yeah,
the guns have mouse
not
ears.
Even that. The helmets have the mouse ears, and like that seems like a giveaway for like, trying to hide from the. Yeah,
when they aim down the sights,
the Americans are here.
Between mouse ears, everything's just round.
Oh my God. But I gotta say, we do live in the happiest place on earth.
Yeah,
yes, we do. Of course.
On that note,
you'll be happy whether you want to or not.
Okay. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Kind of ended weird. But
ended on a dark note.
On a dark note by saying we live in the happiest place on earth.
Sometimes you need a dark note.
Like a totalitarian regime in the future.
Wouldn't be surprised.
That would be so funny. Where can you find us? I don't even remember anymore.
YouTube
at
Instas.
in-vistas, Instagram at in-vistas-podcast, on iTunes,
or
by the same name.
Search us on YouTube by typing IN space vested.
No space, dash.
You need dash.
I do space and I get it.
Really?
We're getting up
I
there,
don't
boys.
get it when I search invested podcast, just in regular invested.
I do.
I just get investment podcasts.
When I type in-vested podcast.
Oh no, yeah, when you
comes
type
up, our channel comes
but not invested podcast.
Well,
when you do it
Well, yeah,
phonetically.
because that's not what it's called. There's a dash in there.
Yeah, but
It's the name of... Alright, whatever.
we shouldn't need the dash.
But that's the point.
No, we can have the dash in the name, but we shouldn't need the dash in a search. Does that make sense?
No.
Do we control that?
I don't control how...
I don't think that's up to us.
We gotta hack. We're not gonna hack anybody.
We gotta get in the mainframe.
Alright, so,
Have a good day.
share it.
See ya.